Well, hello there. Welcome to my channel. I'm here doing an album ranking. I'm G Wiz. Even though I may look like that other guy, Francois Blondeau, that's not me. I'm telling you, it's not me. Anyway, I'm here redoing. It's a redo. You know, like Apocalypse Now, redo. It's a redo, redux, R-E-D-U-X, redo. I'm redoing it mainly because my original one is no longer around. So I'm doing an album ranking in my preference. As you can see in the thumbnail, what I'm doing, it's Tears for Fears. I just love this band. I've loved them for the longest time. I've been a fan of theirs probably since like 84, I would say, yep. I'd say 84. I only saw them once in concert, sadly, but it was a good show. We'll get to that. We'll get to all of that. So Tears for Fears was, I guess they were part of that new wave 80s thing going on, right? But they were much more than that. They were hits juggernaut. And they were quite the songwriters. Now, they have 7 albums in total. They were formed by Kurt Smith and Roland Arzabal. Both of them were for Bath, Somerset, England, formed in 1981. They were both in a band as a mod band called The Graduate. And I think they did release something on that, though, recently, even though I didn't hear it, but whatever. They released 7 albums. The newest one came out this year. So this is why I'm redoing the whole album ranking thing. I kind of changed it a little bit. Not a lot of bit, just only got 7 albums. So it's an easy discography to go through. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with number 7. Number 7 for me would be Everybody Loves a Happy Ending. This album came out September 14th, 2004. Wow, almost 2 decades ago. Right here. It's a good album. There's not many things that really jump out at me. I like Who Killed Tangerine is very good. Killing with Kindness, Lady Bird. They're all Sighs of Sorrow. They're all good songs. Now, this is them getting back together. Here's them. And I don't know if you can see it. The album went to 45 and 46 in the UK and US respectively. So, I mean, it wasn't an overall big album. But this kind of followed along the lines of Seeds of Love. So it was, whatever. You know, which is a good album, though. But a little overly produced for my liking. But that's number 7 for me. They got that at the end. Apparently not there. Tears for Fears, apparently not. They did put out a couple of singles with the Greatest Hits package, I do believe, in 2011 or 2018. I kind of forget. But next up is the number 6 album. This is a big album, Sowing the Seeds of Love. This, The Seeds of Love. The single was Sowing the Seeds of Love. Went to number 8 in the US and number 1 in the UK. Big album. This is the album that kind of broke them apart, though. Is it a good album? Yes, it's a very, very good album. Obviously, Sowing the Seeds of Love, Advice for the Young at Heart. What else here? Swords and Knives and Year of the Knife. Those 2 songs together, those are really, really good songs. They got Woman in Chains on here. They brought this lady in, Oleta Adams, that they had found in a bar in Kansas City, Missouri, singing, and they brought her on to sing with them, and she's fantastic. It went platinum in the U.S. I think it went platinum most places around the world. in the UK also. But this would be number 6 for me. Like I said, it was a big album. Came out in, when did it actually come out? September 25th, 1989. Okay, so next up for Tears for Fears would be 1993's Elemental. I really like this album. This is a good album. This album ranked higher on my previous, but for reasons unbeknownst or unforeseen to me, it got dropped down a couple of notches. So this is number 5. This album went to number 5 in the UK, and it went to number 45 in the US. Now, it did have the song, Elemental's a great song. Break It Down Again, great song. Fish Out of Water, that's a great song. That's actually Roland Orzabal writing about Kurt Smith, because this album, it was just Roland. This is really a Roland Orzabal solo project. Is that like the coolest jacket? I had that jacket back in the 90s. Suede, brown suede, rocking the brown suede. It looked cool. But anyway, this would be my number 5 album by them, 1993's Elemental. Okay, so now we go on to number 4. Number 4 would be this year's The Tipping Point. Wow, is this a welcome pleasure of an album. This album's so cool. They are the Elder Statesmen. What can you say? It's a fantastic album. It's hard to figure out. It says it went to number 8 in the US and number 2 in the UK. It's hard to judge because everything's streaming now, so who knows? I don't know how many records it sold. I don't know. How many times was it streamed? I don't know. I don't follow it. I don't know. Anyway, The Tipping Point, the song The Tipping Point, it's kind of Depeche Mode-ish. I love it. I love that, the video, everything. It's so catchy. You know what's the real standout track on here for me? Rivers of Mercy. Wow, is that a good song? Holy smoke. The whole album's good. They got a couple of bonus tracks on here. Let It All Evolve, that was on Stay, My Demons, Break the Man, The Tipping Point, Long, Long Time, No Small... This is an album you put on from start to finish and let it roll. You let it roll. This is a great album. It was so cool to see him come back so strong. That's number 4. Number 3, which this recently changed my mind because I started listening to this. Raul and the Kings of Spain. Once again, this is, when did this come out? This came out on October 10th, 95. Went to 79 in the US, 41 in the UK. Pretty much a Roland Orzabal solo project. But it still says Tears for Fears. Raul and the Kings of Spain is one of the best songs they've ever written. Falling Down's great, God's Mistake. It's another one that you put on from start to finish. This is like a lot of their albums. Most of their albums are that. You put it on, go away, go about your business, do your stuff around the house. Maybe you're cooking, cleaning, dancing, meditating, whatever it is. That's what you could do with these albums. So this is my number 3 album, which is probably surprising a lot of people because Kurt Smith's not in it. I'm just saying, even though it's a Roland Orzabal solo album, he's got another solo album out that I've heard, Tomcats and something else. Came out in 2001, which it's so expensive. Go look up Kurt Smith and Roland Orzabal solo albums. CD, album, cassette, whatever. They're like hundreds of dollars. You gotta just luck out at some like secondhand store or yard sale to find them. I'll get them one day, mind you. But anyway, Raul and the Kings of Spain, number 3 for me. Number 2, Songs from the Big Chair, 1985. Songs from the Big Chair, February of 85. Kicked off one of the greatest rock years ever for alternative, metal, whatever. You go down the line, so many. This is one of the lead-off albums. This is so good. My favorite song on here is The Working Hour. The Working Hour. But, the big songs, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, number one. Shout, number one. This went to number one in the U.S. and number two in the U.K. Can you imagine? Weird, right? Head Over Heels, Broken, Listen's a great song. Mother's great. I saw them. I don't know if you could see this. This was at, I don't know, it's kind of glary. That's them at Radio City Music Hall. I saw them on that tour. Sometime in '85. I think it was towards the summer. I also saw them at Tower Records. They signed my album. This is one of the pictures I found. Why is it camera so white, wonky? Anyway, that's Kurt Smith at Tower Records on Broadway in New York City, down in the Village. Yeah, we waited online to go in and see him. It was great. I got to meet him, talk to him for a few minutes. Him and Roland, they signed my album. What else? Single. Cool stuff, cool memories. But anyway, so that's number two, and of course number one's not hard to figure out. The Hurting. Even though this is the album that got me into them, I kind of started hearing this album at this local bar called the Quiet Loft where I lived, and they played a lot of alternative stuff on the jukebox. One being Pale Seltzer and Change. So, there you go. This is it. Look at the young lads, the young laddies. So there's my list. And welcome to my channel. I hope you subscribe. Hit the like button below. Or you can't hit the thumbs down button because it doesn't matter. I can't see it. So. But anyway, I'm going to do some more of these videos. I got a whole bunch in the can, as I should say, in the industry. I got a whole bunch in the can. So this is my number one album, The Hurting. Number two, Songs from the Big Chair. Number three, Raul and the Kings of Spain. Number four, The Tipping Point. That's the back cover. This is the front. You see in the middle? Might need a new disc. Anyway, it's okay. Tipping Point. Elemental from the 90s. Sowing the Seeds. And this one, Everybody Loves a Happy Ending. Peace. Have a wonderful day, people.